Right now, we're less than a month away from Season 4 of Chapter 5, which, thanks to recent leaks, is all but confirmed to be another Marvel season. And that is amazing news because, to be honest, Fortnite is feeling kinda stale right now. Like a really good sandwich that tasted good in the beginning, but now you've left it outside for half a day in the sun, and you don't know if it's going to give you explosive diarrhea or kill you. I'm not alone in this, because if you spend more than 5 minutes on the internet, you will find hundreds, if not thousands of people complaining about how Chapter 5 is a massive downgrade from Season OG. This is also reflected in the player counts, which have dropped harder than a jet-powered rock off the world's steepest cliff. That's because nobody cares about the new POIs, and they definitely don't like the more serious direction Fortnite is taking with all the Call of Duty style weapon mods and changes to the lighting system that makes the game look muted and gritty instead of flashy and vibrant. However, all this could change in August with the arrival of Season 4, which we know will bring back the Marvel superheroes, and we just might even see the return of Deadpool in collaboration with the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. One thing's for sure, this will mark a return to the goofy, over-the-top theme of previous Fortnite seasons and bring in tons of superhero fans who are excited to see their favorite MCU characters in Fortnite once again. Remember when everyone was spamming Dr. Doom's mystical bomb ability and blowing up structures left and right? Sorry, little Timmy, but you've built your last treehouse. Maybe now you'll actually have to use your skills instead of hiding behind that staircase. Man, those mythics were really awesome, and I still remember spending insane amounts of time in Marvel Knockout LTM. Hey Epic, remember when we used to have LTMs? The Infinity Gauntlet, Wix Bounty, Solid Gold, the Floor is Lava, One Shot. I'd love another LTM just so it could take my mind off the frustration that is flying in on the battle bus day after day, dropping in and getting wrecked within 5 minutes by some turret spamming jackass in his Mad Max car who's also doing wheelies on the freshly deceased corpse of my squad mate. And that's just the tip of the shitberg when it comes to Fortnite Chapter 5. Not only do we have a story with little direction and a lack of memorable POIs, but the overhauls to movement and the locker UI were definitely uncalled for. Seriously, who asked for this shit? I can just picture this one guy at the meeting coming up with ideas for what they should add, and while everyone else was talking about new gameplay mechanics and crossovers, he just goes, "Hey, maybe we should remove skin rarities from the locker so we can sell overpriced garbage to gullible players. And while we're at it, let's also remove presets and shortcuts, so finding the skin you want to equip feels like playing a crossword puzzle." Epic, for the 1000th time, please stop fixing stuff that isn't broken, and you'll immediately recover half the people who left Fortnite in the last 5 months. You know, all this talk about lackluster loot pools, awful locker UIs, and boring metas got me thinking, will the new Marvel season be enough to rescue the sinking ship that is Fortnite? The answers to that question can be found with the old Marvel season from Chapter 2, Season 4. I'm going to tell you exactly what made it one of the greatest Fortnite seasons ever. And no, it wasn't just the superhero skins or the cool comic books that we got. Yes, Fortnite partnered with Marvel to create in-game comics for the Marvel season. It was awesome. I feel like an old geezer saying this, but you can't really get a sense of how epic it truly was back in the day to see your favorite superheroes showing up on the island for the first time and fighting alongside each other to save the world from Galactus. And the build-up for this was so well done. At the start of the season, Galactus was just a little red speck in the sky. And as the season progressed, this speck in the night sky grew bigger and bigger until Galactus's true form was finally visible. You had this massive supervillain who eats planets and has glowing laser eyes emerging out of the water in the west of the island. The Devourer of Worlds live event is one of the most memorable ones in Fortnite history. Prior to this, for the entirety of Season 4, we had a helicarrier that was straight out of the Marvel movies, which was the spawn point for everyone before the match began. It would later be destroyed by Galactus, and we got this really cool finale where everyone attacked the cosmic giant on special battle buses that had been upgraded by Tony Stark. Ultimately, we saved the 0 point and set the foundation for more Marvel collabs in the future, which would ultimately lead to the Zero War storyline in 2022. That got its own dedicated series of comics called Fortnite x Marvel Zero War, written by Christos Gage, the guy behind Marvel's 2018 Spider-Man video game. Right now, I'm thinking something like this could save Fortnite's story by bringing the focus back to the fight between the island Islanders and the imagined order in the current reality. I have no clue what the writers at Epic have been smoking since Donald Mustard left, but let's just say everything that happened after the Fracture event makes almost no sense and doesn't have any continuity with the rest of the lore. It just feels like a series of cool moments strung together for the sake of selling new battle passes. And I know that sounds incredibly corny since pretty much the entirety of Fortnite lore is one giant commercial for their cosmetics, but hey, it can also be well written and presented in a way that makes you actually care about the characters and their struggles. I mean, I love the Transformers franchise, and that thing started out as a commercial for toy robots. What really excites me about the upcoming season is that we might see the return of the Seven, because in the original timeline, the Foundation arrived to save the Zero Point after it was exposed by Galactus. Maybe this time, Dr. Doom will try to steal its power, forcing the Seven to respond. I don't even know if they exist in this reality, but I'd love Fortnite to focus more on its original characters instead of relying too heavily on crossovers and star power from the Marvel Universe. After the cringe fest that was the Gods of Olympus season and the current Mad Max meta, I'm hungry for something that takes Fortnite back to the good old days of larger-than-life superhero characters. Hell, I'll even take the Infinity Blade and mechs over this. Okay, maybe not the mechs, but you get the point. Based on information from renowned Fortnite leak account Hypex, it seems like the upcoming season will have dual SMGs, the Anvil Launcher, Super Launchpad, Wolverine's Claws, and Striker Burst Rifle. I can't wait for the Anvil Launcher to drop so I can send all these assholes zooming around in their vehicles to the scrapyard where they belong. Dual SMGs are on the menu once more, and the last time Epic was working on something like this, it was during Chapter 2 Season 4. It was cancelled back then, but maybe now I can finally complete my dreams of cosplaying as Master Chief from Halo 2. These SMGs might be a viable alternative to auto shotguns with a bit more range in exchange for not being able to aim down sights. I'd also love to see new versions of the Iron Man suit and Wolverine's Weapon X outfit. Maybe we can get some exciting challenges to go along with these, because the current roster of challenges is extremely lame. I'm tired of punching people with nitro fists and running them over in my car. Give me some Wolverine claws or Iron Man thrusters instead, so I can make wacky superhero comic sound effects as I drop players with my mythic abilities. Speaking of which, I know you guys would love to get your hands on some of these superhero abilities. For me, my personal favorites during Chapter 2 Season 4 were Iron Man's laser beam and She-Hulk's fists. Wolverine's claws were also an amazing addition, as they encouraged you to push fights and play aggressive thanks to the passive speed boost and healing. Ultimately, I feel this shift towards a more cartoony superhero vibe is exactly what Fortnite needs to get players interested in the game once again. We need cool new mythics, LTMs, and a shift in story direction that brings us back to the core narrative of Fortnite, which has always revolved around the Zero Point and Imagined Order. Players who missed out on their favorite superhero skins from Chapter 2 can finally get in on the action, and maybe we'll even get a new series of in-game comic books. I would love to see the return of Jano and the Seven, maybe even Spider-Man, who was a key character during the Zero War timeline. I'd love to see how Epic connects that whole story to the reality we're inhabiting right now. And for the love of God, please bring back the Spider-Man web shooters. Forget combat. If they add these to the game, I'll just build myself an arena and swing around trying to do cool stunts till someone walks by and shoots me in the ass. And while we're at it, let's also bring back the iconic Marvel POIs like Dr. Doom's Domain, Sentinel Graveyard, and especially Stark Industries. Based on the leaks, the new version of Dr. Doom is going to be very different from the one we got in Chapter 2 Season 4. Based on their relationship in the comics, Dr. Doom and Magneto might team up in the upcoming season. Some data miners also found game files in the leak indicating that Epic is working on a Sue Storm mythic called Illusory Walls. Will this let players turn invisible? If so, that would be absolutely broken. This also tells us the Fantastic Four will probably be included in the new Marvel season, and each of them will have their own mythic abilities. Let's see, guy who shoots fireballs, guy with rock hard skin, invisible girl, and some bendy dude who can stretch himself into weird shapes. Yeah, I can already see who's going to have the least picked mythic, but in all seriousness, it'd be pretty cool if we could slip and slide through tiny openings as Reed Richards. Maybe extend our arms outside and shoot at people without exposing our bodies? That would be insane, but I don't know how a mechanic like that can be implemented without breaking the game in half. Galactus might also be making a return because over the last few weeks we've been seeing Tony Stark's radar dishes popping up in various places around the island. These were originally used in Chapter 2, Season 4 to detect Galactus's energy and warn everyone of his arrival. I don't know why you need hyper-advanced radars to detect Galactus because he's literally the size of a small planet and you can just look up into the sky with, you know, your eyes that came for free with the rest of your body. Maybe use a telescope, but who am I to question the genius of Mr. Stark? Anyway, these radar dishes have returned, which means Galactus might be on his way to the Fortnite island once more. Another hint pointing to the return of Galactus could be found from an NPC called Anwar in Chapter 5, Season 2 in Dumpenhausen. If you asked him about the Endless Star, he'd tell you a story of a hungry beast who consumed star after star to warm its belly. This is a clear reference to Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. The next season of Fortnite is shaping up to be an absolute banger, and I can't wait for August 16th to get my hands on those superhero skins and mythics. What do you guys think? Is Fortnite's new Marvel season going to revive interest in the game? I think it will, at least for the first few weeks. The question is, can Epic keep up the momentum into the next season? Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more news on Fortnite. Use code Dr. P, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.